చెల్లి అది ఇంతకీ అనేసాను యూ హెల్ప్ మీ ఐ హెల్ప్ యూ హౌ కెన్ యూ థింక్ లైక్ దట్ నేను కత్తిని ఇష్టపడుతున్నాను అవును మీరు ఇష్టపడేవాడు అలా ఇలా ఉంటారు నేను ఒప్పుకోను వాడు మినిమం సినిమా హీరో లాగైనా ఉండాలి లేకపోతే కనీసం వాడి ఫోటో ఒక మ్యాగజైన్ కవర్ పైన ఉండాలి
The most talented surgeon in the state, Dr. Vishnu.
Sir, me intlo I think TV on.
Father. Bala father.
Yes, Kishore sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Unko madam peru.
Ganta. Pearl Ganta.
P-E-R.
P-E-A-R-L. Pearl. P-E-A-R-L. Pearl. Ganta. G-A-N-T. Ganta. Ganta madam. Yeah. She's already there, I think.
Yeah, father.
Pearl, are you there?
Yeah, you. Yeah, she's
yes,
there.
Wonderful. Yes. I can't, madam. Can you see the? I can't see madam. Can you see me, people?
Yes, I can see you. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. But we can't see you.
Oh, my camera is on. Okay.
Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now we straight away begin now. So people will be. Many are going to join on YouTube, I guess. You're ready, Pearl?
Yeah.
Okay, so wonderful. So it's already live on YouTube. So, dear friends, the participants of SJ's Summer Shapes Spoken English classes and soft skills, I hope you're all doing well. Nice to get interacted with you after a very long time. So every day you are having your classes from Dr. Ravi Kumar. And today we thought we will have a special appearance for you. So we have an eminent person with us, and she's going to speak to you and motivate you and inspire all of us through our lifelong experiences of varied nature. Before that, I hope you are serious about your English classes and you have actively enrolled yourselves. And I'm also sure that you have been faithful to the learnings that are happening on a daily basis for you. So we wish and hope that you get something out of this. So do not feel discouraged. ఏంది అర్థం కావట్లేదు నాకు ఎంతసేపు కష్టపడినా రావట్లేదు అని బాధపడద్దు నిరుత్సాహపడవద్దు ప్రయత్నం చేస్తూ ఉండగా వస్తూనే ఉంటుంది కనుక దయచేసి మీరు మీ ప్రయత్నాలు కొనసాగిస్తూనే ఉండండి ఇప్పుడు మొదలుపెట్టిన ఈ పని ఇంకా ముందుకు వెళ్తూ ఉండాలి సో ద లిటిల్ లెర్నింగ్ దట్ యూ హ్యాడ్ it has to be improved on a daily basis and you can continue to have it. So we will continue to organize the next level of English training programs for you and various other types of wellness series, personality development, types of series of activities, online activities as well. So you can grab those opportunities and help yourself. Self-help is the best help. So without wasting much of time, I would like to introduce to you a very special person, a very dear friend of mine. Though we have met recently, we got connected so well to Pearl and her family because they are such a lovely human beings. So the person, as you can see, is with us this evening, Pearl Ganta. She's an independent filmmaker by profession and a change catalyst by passion and a Rotarian by choice. So she has been in the field of media and filmmaking for over 20 years. So Pearl believes in the power of media, in the power of telling stories to change lives. She is the co-founder and director for UR Vision Communications, a media production company, and Upno Foundation, a non-profit company established to serve the needy and especially the vulnerable children. So Pearl loves to travel a lot, and she traveled a lot, and she has seen the world, and she sees the world as one big community, a global family. So her work took her to many places. She traveled to over 40 countries, and this has shaped her worldview to serve people in their own context. She has also trained many young people and children in filmmaking across the globe. More than anything else, Pearl is an amazing human being. I can vouch for it. She's a very generous person, giver of her time, the talent, and the treasure. And she is a lovely, faithful wife to Mr. Alex, and a mother to a son and a daughter. With this brief introduction about our today's motivational speaker, and Pearl, thank you very much for being here and accepting the last minute invitation in spite of your hectic schedule, and you have had a few meetings, and in fact you have a meeting and you have given priority to this, and we are ever grateful to you. And I'm sure many of these young people and people who are watching it and watching it later will greatly benefit it. So all the very best, and the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Father Bala. This has been an incredible opportunity for me. I was very excited when you called today, because to young people is something that I really love, because there's so much energy in young people, because that is the age when you can actually take risk and do things that we would think twice when you cross certain age. So I would just want to share a video of mine just to give you an introduction of who I am. And please forgive me, this is my first time using this app, so I'm going to try. Okay, how do I do this? Okay. Now I can see you. Oops.
Yeah, we can see because something is coming up. Yes, yeah.
You're able to see this, right? Okay.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Okay. All right.
Wonderful.
Okay, that's a little intro about me. How do I see my video here?
We can see you, but your video, okay.
I'm able to see only you in the group.
Yeah. That's
Okay. Okay, anyways. So that was a little intro about me, and you must be wondering, who's this lady? What is she doing here? So, well, my name is Pearl Ganta, and I am from Hyderabad, born and brought up here. But I had the privilege of traveling the world. Now, you might wonder, what is this girl talking about? Now, as a young person, actually, when I was as a kid, my desire was to travel the world. And I do not know how this feeling had come into me, but I always felt I should travel the world. Now I think back, I think about all the books that I've read. My mom used to get me all kinds of books, and I was a frequent visitor to the library. If you would ask anybody in my school or in my college, they'd say, Pearl kahan hai? They'll say, yeah, she's in the library. So where is Pearl? She's in the library. So I was a very avid reader, and I think I traveled the world through the books right when I was young. So that really inspired me to travel the world physically also. So at the age of 19, that's when I first started traveling. And my first visit was to a country called Cambodia. Now, Cambodia is a country in Asia. And those days, we didn't have Google and anything like that. This was in 1997. And I had to pick out my atlas and look at where Cambodia was. And I mean, for me, honestly, I didn't care anything about it. I just wanted to travel. So I said, okay, let's go. And my dad was like, you're crazy. That's not a country that you want to go, because it is not like America or any other country. This is a country in Asia, which is poor. They've just came out of war. But exploring life was something that was very exciting to me. Because, see, we might learn or we might study, going through college education, which is great, but nothing like practical application, practical experiences. I mean, no book or nothing prepares us for that kind of a life. And that kind of experience is amazing. So I was like totally in for it. And I went there, and fortunately, that time I spent in Cambodia in 1997 set the stage for who I am today. It kind of prepared me with my career, it prepared me for who I am as a person, the priorities that I have today. So walk with me in my little journey, and I will share with you some of my learnings, and I'm sure it'll be a blessing to you and it'll be inspiring to you as well. So I started traveling from when I was 19 years old, and in the past 23 years, I had the opportunity to travel to about 43 countries, and I lived in about 4 countries. Now, what makes me so special? Nothing really. It's just that my willingness to serve, my willingness to learn, and my willingness to take in the opportunities that came my way. And see, having skills, having the ability to do things, and having the confidence can open up a lot of opportunities for us. Now, there are times when we can be afraid. I know there are some situations or some places I was afraid, but I was willing to get my muster my courage and strength and say, okay, I am going to go. And I'm glad I did, because I've learned so much valuable lessons. So when you have an opportunity to do something, to learn something, you may be unsure, you may be afraid, but it's okay. Go with that fear itself, because that fear can turn out to be positive, because you want to do something and you want to learn something. And you'll be encouraged. So, yeah, in all these 4 countries, some of the things that I focused was on media. Now, being a filmmaker for 23 years now, media is something that I do wherever I go. Media and serving people, humanitarian work, these are the 2 things that I'm very passionate about and I'm involved. Now, why media? See, I was very much involved in creative arts. I got involved in drama and elocution and public speaking and debate. These are some of the things we grew up with, studying in a convent. Even more, I had all these opportunities to explore these skills that I had. But media or filmmaking was a new tool in 1997. And I thought, why not? Why not take and accept this new technology that is out there and use it to teach people or to connect with people. So in Cambodia is when I had the opportunity to work with a company from US who was doing a documentary film there. And once we did that, I realized that, I loved every aspect of the production as well. But the outcome of that film was amazing. It had brought in a lot of change in the lives of people. People would never talk about the killings or the Khmer Rouge, the horrific stuff that country had gone through. But that was like a point where they were able to speak about it, receive counseling, and it helped them a lot. So I was thinking, media is a really powerful tool to connect with people, to influence people. So I've taken that up, and over the years, we're able to produce a lot of short films and videos that address every social issue or every health issue, anywhere that we felt that we need to speak or bring in awareness or bring in solution. We just took that topic and we spoke about it. Because you see, mind is such a thing. It can easily fashion itself to what you read, what you see. So it is very important for us to understand what are the tools that we are using to influence us. When you watch your radio, when you watch your TV, or when you read books, what you read, what you put into your mind is who you will become. So it is very important for us to feed our mind with the right things. And that's where your mind starts to build in channels, or what we call as pathways. And so for me, I believe through media, I can really influence people's thinking, people's pathways. Because to put in a roadblock or put in a question that will challenge somebody to rethink life, to rethink our priorities. And that is exactly what we've been doing with all our awareness programs. We've helped people to rethink. And what is that you want to do with your life? Such a big question, we think, right? I mean, I don't know. Some of you would say. Some of you say, hey, I just need to just study something and get, a job in a government place. Or somebody would say, maybe I just need, get this particular education so I can go to America or go somewhere else. So, but honestly, besides this, take a moment, step back, and look at yourself. What is it that you're dreaming about today? What is it that you want to do? Remember this. There is a reason why you are on this earth. Because you are unique, you are special, you have a certain skill set and talents that needs to be used not only for yourself, but for the betterment of the community. So what is it that makes you you? Take this moment to just think about it. I know it's a big question. Maybe you should just jot it down and keep thinking about it even after this session. So I have dared to dream. I dreamed of being a leader, a speaker, a globetrotter, a change catalyst, an influencer in social activities. And yes, I did understand what it entails, but I just continue to hold on to it, and I'm living that life. Many people say, "Hey, I'm very jealous of you. You're so fortunate, you just enjoy life, you do things." I said, yes, it may seem all rosy-cozy, for people who watch my life and read my social media updates and status. But it has its ups and downs and challenges, but it is something that I wanted, something that I dreamed about. And with good support, I had excellent support system. My husband is a great support. My family is a great support. So the second thing, one we talked about, what influences you. Second thing, who influences you? Who is around you? Who is your support system? Who is walking with you? Who is helping you in that dream? There are all kinds of people in this world. Some will discourage you. Some will say, "Hey, are you sure you can do this? Do you really want to do this?" But there is nothing that has happened in a life unless you take risk. When I wanted to get into media, people said, "You're a woman and you can do so many other things. You can write storybooks, or you can become an author. You can do everything in the safety of your home." But you know what? If I didn't follow my heart and my passion, if I didn't have the people to support me, I couldn't have told you the stories the experiences I had in Cambodia, the experiences I have during every shoot that I've ever been on, I mean. It is a risk that we take. But how many people have are willing to take that risk? And you can take that risk only if you have somebody who is saying, "Okay, I believe in you. I believe that what you have or what you're passionate about, you should go ahead and do it." My family encouraged me. So who's encouraging you? Who are your friends that helping you in your dream and your vision? And in something that you need to do. It might sound really weird. I tell you the truth. When I wanted to become a filmmaker, people were like, "Why do you want media?" And they talk all kinds of stuff to discourage me. And now, so many years later, those very people have sent their children to be as interns with me. I have taught them media and released them into their abilities and into their career. So what seems to be not so popular today, or something that is not worth pursuing today, might be a real amazing thing tomorrow. It might be the technology, or it might be the new breakthrough, or a pathway, a new strategy, or new tool that somebody can use tomorrow to just take it to an all new level. Now media is like all new level now. So what is the dream? What is that one thing that you are feeling in your heart that you need to do? And are you willing to pursue it? Are you willing to give all of it? Because tomorrow it can be the most amazing discovery of all times, or it could be the most amazing strategy or a tool. So don't give up on your dreams. Surround yourself with people and then move forward. So who and what, and why? Why are you doing this? Why do you need to equip yourself? Why do you need to develop yourself? Why do you need to build your skills? Not just to get a job. You need to do it because every instrument needs to be sharpened. Only then it is being used effectively. If you don't use it, if you don't sharpen it, you're going to be very blunt, of no use at all. Now, in my field, if I don't update myself in media with all the new technologies that are coming in, I can be a dinosaur. I can be extinct. Nobody will want me in my field. They'll say, "Hey, your methods are old," or, "you don't understand." No. You got to be very relevant. You got to not only be relevant, but you need to excel. If people want you, then you should be special. So to be special, you need to have the skill sets, and you need to be more than 100%. I know there's nothing called 110%, but there is. But I would like to say everybody is good at something, but people only excel when they add that extra 10% to it. That is where the skill set comes. That is where the uniqueness comes. That is where the real person comes, okay? So what is that extra special of you that you can contribute in your job, in your profession, in your family, that will make it you unique, and that will make you an influence or a success where you are. So now some of them will say cut out the dreams according to their gender. Okay, these things boys must do, these things girls must do. I do understand the limitations, and there are times where I totally behave very, very girly, and but there are times where I just get up and take the decisions and go ahead and do. And especially as a filmmaker, when I do a short film, the minimum crew I have are about 70 to 80 people, or sometimes even 100, depending on the productions that we do. And trust me, majority of the time, they're all men. So in my technical team, majority of them are men. It took me several years to train women to be part of my director team. So I tell you, in the initial days in production, this was in the late 90s, when I would go to a cameraman and tell him, I want this shot, or I want this kind of lighting, they said, Madam Miktelsandi, do you know what you're doing? And they didn't really trust my skill. But see, because I had the disadvantage of being stereotyped, I had to work extra hard to prove to them that I know what I'm doing. I didn't want to prove myself as I'm better than them, or I'm better than a man or anything. No, that was not the idea. But the idea was to say I do have the skill set to get the work done. Now, how prioritizing, having the right focus and the right attitude is also very important. We don't do things to show off. We do things so that the product is good and the product will help others. So getting your attitude right will take you a long way in your success. So that helped me. They watched me over time. They said, okay, this lady knows what she's talking about. So that's where I built my credibility in the market. They understood that I know what filmmaking is about. I understand when I want the shot in certain way or the lighting in certain way. But it didn't come easy. I had to work hard. I didn't have a social life. I worked several hours a day. I would sleep only 3 to 4 hours, and that became a habit. And even now I sleep only very few hours. And but I'm constantly learning, and learning also comes when you share with others, when you're teaching others, when you're building up others. So don't be selfish. Share it with others. And that's what I have been doing. Okay, one of my friend, he said, why don't you use your filmmaking skills to teach young people? I said, I am doing that. We do professional media teaching, where we have 3 months course. We teach about media, and then do internship, and then send these people out for jobs or employ some of them with us. But this friend of mine, see again, who around you, is very important. So this friend of mine, he said, Nay, have you thought about challenging or teaching children? I said, children and filmmaking? You're kidding me. Now this I'm talking about 10 years back, even before the revolution of Zoom and, TikTok and things like that, show reels and Instagram became popular. So this was a long time ago, in 2000, I think about 9 or 10. So anyway, so we go to a slum, and these kids have absolutely no idea of cell phone, or, we used to use a lot of still cameras those days. So they didn't know how to use it. So we got them some cameras. We taught them. So within 3 days, you won't believe that. Within 3 days, they understood what it means to tell a story and scripting and how to use a camera. They were able to film a story from, their community or from, from a book that we gave them. And they were able to tell a story. Now, that was an amazing experience for me because I realized that skills and talents are not limited to any age. It can be for anyone, as long as you have the potential, as long as you have the heart or willingness to learn. So never say, okay, when I am only at that age or at certain period of time, or when I have certain resources, I'm going to learn those skills or do those things. No, you don't have to wait. If you can do something today, why do you want to postpone it for tomorrow? So take the time, do it today. Learn those skills and do it. So now these children are in their teenage now, teen years. Some of them have their production homes. Some of them have created some amazing stories. Some of them were able to do videos and earn money to support themselves for college. So, hey, think out of the box. Think creatively. Don't say, I don't have money to go to college, or I don't have money to do this or that. There are opportunities that come your way. Learn your skills. Take those opportunities, and you will always find a way to do what you have to do. So, and don't let gender stereotypes ever limit you to what you want to do. Now, I wish I could see you and interact more with you, because there's some questions I really wanted to ask you about. What do you think should be the dream of a young person? Okay, what are your dreams? Tell me, what is your dream today? Quickly, a few of you can say, that'll be great. What is your dream?
I don't know whether they have access, Pearl. Whether they have access, I'm not sure, because for want of removing the disturbances.
Okay. Maybe you can type in your chat. What is your dream? What do you want to do?
If some of them would like to type in a question or anything, you're welcome to do that. Yeah. So otherwise, you ask your question and you try to answer the question, because you have interacted with so many young people. So, but it's going well. It's going well. Please go ahead.
Anyway, so education, empowering yourself, learning new skill sets, these are the things that will really encourage you. It will help you to become who you want to become. And it empowers you. It empowers you. You become more confident. Now, there are a few things I want to touch about when it comes to soft skills. I realize that most of you are here, trying to understand what soft skills is or develop your personality. See, you've got to engage with others. Mm-hmm. It will not come when you're sitting alone. You need to network. You need to be out there. You need to meet people. You need to understand there are different kinds of people, different ways of doing things. That's why I started off saying I loved with my travels. Why? It's because of this. I've learned now the different kinds of food that are there outside, the different accents of of English itself. There was in a country, I remember I was doing a training in one African country, and I had a translator to translate me. I was speaking in English, and this guy translated in English to English. Can you believe that? I was like, this is the strange translation I've ever had. Translation from English to English. Why? Because there is a different accent. So I learned this. There is different ways of using a spoon or a fork, or different ways of folding a napkin, or the way we sleep, or way we pray, or way we greet. All that you would learn when you network, when you're out there, when you're meeting people. So don't limit yourself to just your community or your friends, or say, if I'm only with this group of people, I am safe. No, don't. Go out there, understand. Only when you mingle with others, you have the sense of respect for them. You respect them, you'll understand, you'll value and appreciate their value systems. Only because of my travels, I realized that there's so many countries in the world who value families. And who respect the bond of parents and respect for children. I thought it was only in India, I said only in India we love our families, we love our mothers and fathers, we have a lot of respect for them. And all Western countries are bad, or all, we have these kind of prejudices or thought about others. But it's only when I went there, I realized, I observed, I met families. I make sure, I'm not just in big hotels. I make sure I'm actually having dinners in families and houses and meeting them, because that's where the true person or true history or true lifestyle of people are revealed. And I've learned so much. I've learned to appreciate them. And so it goes beyond religion or caste and creed or geographical location or economic status, or even to do with color or anything. You just begin to tend to appreciate. So networking, please note down, one of the things is networking. Now, there are a few things I have lots of stories to tell. Okay, so here's one of my story. So I was in a village, and now in this village, I didn't know that women are not supposed to sit on a cot. And this didn't happen too long ago. So as part of my filming, I needed little height. So the only thing that was close by was a cot. So I made this lady sit on a cot, and we started filming. And so I was looking at my camera, and suddenly this lady is not there. I'm like, where did you go? Where did you disappear? And the next thing I know, she's on the ground. And she was so panicky, and she was just so afraid. And I talked to her. I said, what happened to you? And she's like, madam, I'm not supposed to sit on the chair, on the cot, but you made me sit. Now my husband's brother saw me, and he's the older one in the family. It is disrespectful for him if I sit on the cot. And she started crying, and it became such a big issue in that village. They even locked the house and ran away from her there. And then I went back next day. I could not find this family. Then we had to go and talk to the head of the village and, try to break, build that bond again, restore that relationship, because it's not good to go away with bad relationships. So we had to make all kinds of amends for it. But what was the lesson for me in that trip? It was an opportunity for me to demonstrate what we call the soft skills. Soft skills are nothing but character skills and personality traits that reflect on our work and how we do it with others or by yourself. It is essential skills. It is interpersonal skills. It is, non-cognitive skills is what we call it. So there are several types: communication, teamwork, problem solving, adaptability. So here in this particular situation of mine, I had to adapt to the situation. Can you write it down, please? Adapt. And then I had to think creatively. So first is adapt, then think creatively. Then I had to think critically. Now, I had to think creatively is, how am I going to film this story now? That I had to think creatively until finishing that project and how to do that. Think critically was, how do I solve this problem now? I had to build those relationships. I cannot offend anybody. And so I had to think critically to resolve the conflict. So conflict resolution. So let me repeat again. Adapt, think creatively, think critically, and conflict resolution. I'll repeat again. Adapt, think creatively, think critically, and conflict resolution. Now, I had to be positive as well. Positivity is very important. Manage my time. In my field, they say every minute is money because we are paying for people. We have a time limit. If we extend that particular time limit, I have to pay every hour for every single person. That will include their personal fees. Then I have to provide food for them and provide, so my expenses double up. So in my field, we say time is money. So time management is very crucial in filmmaking. It is very crucial in every aspect of our life. Indians are known to be late everywhere. Indians are known to be, disrespectful of their commitments in time. So sometimes it happens. I know with the pandemic, we were thrown with our own time schedule and stuff. Yes, there are times where things can go beyond your control, but try to maintain time. Time management is important. Being positive is important. Motivate yourself. So I had to be positive in my situation. I have to manage my time. I had to motivate myself. Right there in the field, in that village, I had to encourage myself to not give up. So I had to motivate myself to continue what I was doing. It is easy to quit. It is easy to give up. There are times where you will be all by yourself. That's where like I said in the beginning, what you feed into your mind is important, because all those things come out during the time of crisis. They say adversity is your best friend. This is a time during your time of trouble, everything that you have learned, everything that you put in your mind is what will come out as solutions to your problem. So it is important to put the right things in your mind. So at that time, at that place, I had to motivate myself, find strength within me, and find solutions within everything that I have learned, and also, keep myself open to finding a solution at that point. So be positive, manage your time, motivate yourself, and then communicate. You need to communicate clearly your next steps. So that's where your teamwork comes. When you're working with a team, when you're around people, you need to learn to communicate. Because what is happening in your mind is happening in your mind. We don't have the telepathic view right now that others can actually read. There is a technology that is already tested. Maybe in future it will be there where you can actually walk by and understand and read everything that is in a person's mind. So, but it is a little far away. So right now you learn to communicate. So you just share it. Tell your plans to others. Tell them, okay, what you're thinking on how you want to go about with your next steps. So these are important traits, especially when you start working and you have a career and you're leading a team. They should know that they can trust you. They should know that they can follow you. And these are the qualities that will make you extra special and successful. So, and dependable. Let people depend on you. So what did we say? We talked about adapt, think creatively, think critically, conflict resolution, time management, motivation, communicate, dependability, and do not compromise on your ethics. I always tell people, I tell my children the story of a boy who cried wolf. I don't know if you know this story, but this is a story. This boy, a shepherd boy, was just got bored and he cried wolf. And then people came to help him, but actually there was no wolf. So he tried this couple of times. And there was once again, he cried, wolf, 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 come and help me, save me, help the flock. And then nobody came to help him. And that time the wolf was there. Actually, he was, the situation was real. So watch what you say. Don't cry wolf. That's a term I always use. Don't cry wolf. Integrity is really important. It's only when you're honest, people will trust you, people will depend on you, people will come to you, and when you need help, there will always be somebody to help you. So it's very important to have that kind of ethics, integrity. Now, so what are the skills? I said networking is important, teamwork is important, conflict resolution, creative thinking, and time management. So because of this, I've implemented all these in that particular village, and my relationship was restored. I was able to complete my project and come. So, but this is an ongoing thing. This happens all the time, every single day. And these are some of the things that you have to learn. Not only this, what I've said, but also things like how do you help others? How do you give back to the society? Or if you use somebody's vehicle, are you giving it back in a good condition? You know, these are you being extra nice and filling petrol back in it and giving to them, or are you giving them an empty tank? You know, these are like just small attitudes of kindness and gratitude that will take a long way. I still remember as growing up as a child, when somebody gives a food to us, somehow our parents would never give an empty tray back. They would put something in it and give. So there is always this thing about giving and sharing. So you see, what goes around comes around, you know. How you treat others is how you will be treated. Sometimes, yeah, life is not fair. You're being kind all the time, but you won't be treated well. I understand such situations, but majority of the time, what goes around comes around. So if you don't network with people, nobody will network with you. If you do not manage time, nobody will manage time. If you are not, don't depend, you know, there's all this interdependent. So prepare yourself, develop your skills, develop who you are, dare to dream, be willing to go forward and experience things beyond. Don't get stuck with what people say. Think for yourself, and you can only think for yourself if you feed your mind with the right things, surround yourself with the right people, and be willing to do what you're supposed to do. So thank you so much, Father, for this time. And I would say I just enjoyed being here. Thanks for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Pearl. I have a question with this question on behalf of all the participants I ask, and after that I will wind it up. So now you are, in other words, in present day's terms, a successful woman, well achieved, or a woman who has a great sense of purpose for life and who is trying to contribute so much to the society and to the family and to the extended family. So, but we are in very challenging times now. And also most of us go through a lot of things, especially when you're doing such a multitasking. You are a mother, you are a wife, you are also a Rotarian, and you do social work, you are a filmmaker, you are a entrepreneur in your own way, and influencer. So when you are doing all these things, so many hats you are wearing. So how do you manage yourself, or how do you balance your life in a simple way? We can ask ourselves and say, what can we see? Or if I have to be in that situation, trying to manage many things and trying to do many little dreams of my life, trying to fulfill them. But at the same time, I have a personal life to live. So how do I balance, and what gives you the strength? Or when you're down, what motivates you? What helps you to keep moving forward?
That's a lot of questions to answer, but I'll do my best. One thing, I take personal time for myself every day.
Excellent point.
That is very good for me, because I let me process myself of all the good or bad, or things that I've done well, I've not done well, or things that I was supposed to do or didn't do, or things that I've done and how did I do. So it's more me time that I just sit and relax and allow the thought process to happen. And I wouldn't say a religious person. I'm kind of a spiritual person. I take time to meditate. I read the scriptures, the holy book, and I meditate. For some time, I do have my times where I pray. That's where I draw my strength and my faith. But I also talk. I discuss with the right people about my situation, so they help me make the right decisions. And most of the time, you know, I do have answers for my problems, but just talking with somebody is like validating what I'm thinking through. So yes, my me time to process what I do every day, having the right people to just go and discuss and share, and spending some time in just meditation and prayer also helps me. Other thing is, and to study. Every day I learn something new. So I try to update myself. Social media is a big drag. And honestly, it takes up a lot of time. So that's where I need to have discipline. All of us need to have discipline. That's one of the things that I'm really challenged right now. But yes, we need to have a time management. We need to manage our time well. My family supports me a lot. One of the ways that they tell me is we will support you so you can do what you have to do to serve others. So explaining to your family what you're doing, keeping them looped in. I tell them almost every day. I don't have to tell them every detail of it, but I just give a gist of stuff, you know, I'm doing this or doing that, or sharing stories of the good things that have happened. It encourages them, motivates them, and brings your family along with you in what you do. I don't tell them day-to-day stuff of what happens in my office. They don't need to know that. But at least the good stuff. Telling stories, your experiences really inspires others to come alongside you.
Thank you, Pearl. That was well summarized about your life. I can see that happening very much in your life. So, my dear participants, and I'm sure you have enjoyed and you're taking home something, but you do not necessarily take everything what has been spoken. But it is very important to pause for a moment and see, when I'm listening to Pearl, madam, what is that touched me? What caught my attention? What stayed with me? That is very important. అన్నిటినీ మనం వాటేసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. మేడం గారు చెప్పినట్లో 1-2 అంశాలు నీకు తట్టిన అంశాలను, నీకు స్ఫూర్తినిచ్చిన అంశాలను మీరు తీసుకోవాలి. She said so beautifully that we should have a desire to learn, desire to serve, and desire to seize the opportunities. That has very well defined her life. And today we have her in this position. So, am I ready to learn? Am I ready to share that learning or anything about my life? Or am I ready to make use of the opportunities that I have? Good to ask these fundamental questions. She herself asked you very fundamental, few basic fundamental questions. What is that you are dreaming of in your life? And who is influencing you? What is influencing you? Why do you do the things that you do? పెద్ద ప్రశ్నలాగా అనిపించవచ్చు, సమాధానం చాలా సింపుల్ గా ఉండొచ్చు. నీకు తెలిస్తే చాలు, వేరే వాళ్ళకి ఎవరికి అవసరం లేదు, నీకు తెలిస్తే చాలు. Answer for yourself and you will find greater meaning and greater space in your life to move forward. So, in other words, you are also a social animal, and we do not, ఈ కరోనా ఇంట్లో కూర్చోబెట్టిందిలే కానీ అందరినీ, లేకపోతే ఇన్ అదర్ వర్డ్స్ బయటకు వెళ్ళటం నేర్చుకోవాలి. బయటకు వెళ్ళటం అంటే రోజు ఇంట్లో కనబడకుండా బయట ఉండమని చెప్పడం కాదు. ట్రై టు ఎక్స్ప్లోర్ పీపుల్, న్యూ కల్చర్స్, న్యూ పీపుల్. నా కులము, నా మతము, మా ఆడవాళ్ళతోనే కలుస్తాను, మగవాళ్ళతోనే కలుస్తాను, నేను చిన్నపిల్లలతోనే ఉంటాను అని చెప్పేసి మడి కట్టుకొని కూర్చోకుండా జీవితాన్ని అనేక విధాలుగా అనుభవించడానికి మనం సిద్ధంగా ఉండాలి. Only when you are open, you will be able to move out. Open up your mind and open up your heart. You'll be able to experience life in its fullness. So for your practical life, she has given you very well. That's networking. So are you ready to adapt yourself when you are out there? Are you able to think creatively, whatever that you do? English నేర్చుకుంటున్నాం అనుకో, ఇప్పుడు ఇంగ్లీష్ని కూడా నేను కొత్త పద్ధతిలో, మోస పద్ధతిలో కూడా కొత్త పద్ధతిలో నేర్చుకోవడానికి సిద్ధంగా ఉన్నానా? Am I thinking critically when I think something? Or when I simply listen something, when I heard something, or when I see something on Facebook or anywhere, am I simply ఊరకలా తీసేసుకుంటానా? But do I think critically? Do I have an opinion? Do I have a point? So, and you got to be positive about our life as you do these things. Be positive about life. కష్టాలుంటాయి, నష్టాలుంటాయి, దెబ్బలు తగులుతాయి, ఛాలెంజ్లు, సవాళ్ళు వస్తాయి. All those part and parcel of life. Only when you are positive, you'll be able to take them forward. So try to manage the time that you have. Madam gariki 24 hours, naku 24 hours, niku 24 hours. Each one of us have got 24 hours. Why is that some people are so good at their work? And why am I like this? So I need to motivate myself that way. And as Madam has beautifully said, communicate yourself to your family members, to your friends. నీలో ఏం జరుగుతుందో తెలియాలి. Let your heart be expressed to that extent that you are comfortable. Otherwise, big volcano will be going on and one day it will erupt and it can damage more than Corona can damage. So let the volcano be not burst out, that you try to communicate, express yourself. At the end of the day, remember, all that I do should not have any negative impact, not on myself, not on others. Try to have some values that you and I pick up from our family and from our society, and I hold those values and ethics dear to me and try to spread them. So in other words, be the persons of integrity. So all these things she's trying to do in her life because she's able to give time for herself, the personal time. నా గురించి నేను ఆలోచించకపోతే నా గురించి వేరే వాళ్ళు ఎందుకు ఆలోచిస్తారు? I have to think about myself first. What is that? With the basic questions. నా లైఫ్ ఎలా ఉంది అసలు? నా లైఫ్ మీద నాకు నమ్మకం ఉందా? నా లైఫ్ నాకు నచ్చుతుందా? Do I like my life? Do I believe in my life? My talents, my capabilities? Something you got to ask yourself. So when can you ask those questions? Only when you set aside a bit of time for yourself. So make sure there is some time in your life. And then the God, some people believe in God. She beautifully said, being religious, not sure, but I'm very spiritual, which is true. Religious, sometimes you can be very ritualistic. Only note to vache pradhanlu cheseste saripodannamata. A spiritual person is one who is able to embrace everything in totality. A spiritual person is somebody who is believing in the special powers, whoever it is. Some of us believe in Christ, some of us believe in Rama, some of us believe in Allah, some of us believe in somebody else. Whatever the religion that you believe in doesn't matter. But can I be spiritual? Whatever that my religion, whatever my group, whatever my society is telling me, can I put them into practice and live happily and make others happy? So in other words, try to be open, to be a student forever in your life. So with this lovely sentences, or life experience, I would say, life experiences that Madam Pearl has beautifully, through her own story of life, she has called out and expressed. Thank you so much, Pearl. What I liked in it is it's not very lecture based, but it is something, a personal story that has been shared. So I felt it that way, a personal story that you have shared with all of us, and you have mentioned what has helped you and the things that are not helpful to you, but how you are able to balance them and make a different turns, and you are able to achieve the goals that you have set for yourself. And thank you once again for taking time out. You are also not, Madam is not feeling well, but still she made us happy by giving us this opportunity to listen to her. And thank you very much. And God bless you. And So, dear student or participants, and wish you all the best. We just have 3 or 4 days left for your end of the classes, and hopefully we'll see you on the last day, and then we'll tell you the next plans. So until then, take care of yourselves. Bye for now. Thank you, Pearl.
Thank you. I just put the main points on the chat if anybody wants to download it.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's so they have, I can download that in the chat from chat. Yeah. So kind of you. Thank you. All of you enjoy your supper. Manchi bhojanam chesi chakkగా నిద్రపోండి అందరూ. Bye for now.